Hey guys, welcome back to another video. ProBark Gaming here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over how you can get the highest possible candy rewards, so you can get more money, more candy, and just everything that's a lot better and make a lot of money with Spooky. I've made over 5 mil per hour from doing Spooky, so it is really, really good, and I highly suggest you do it. So you're going to need a couple things in order to actually do this, but just as an end result, I got position 667th with over 3.3 thousand candies. And I put most of my green candies into bad fireworks as I ran out of space, but with a lot of purple candies and everything like that, which gave me a lot of money from getting 2,400th in the top 2,400th alone. So, you might be wondering, how do you get to this level? And there's a couple things that you need to do, or gear and strategies that you want to do to get the most money out of this event from candy, ectoplasm, pumpkin guts, whatever. So I'm going to go over everything, and then I'm going to go over everything more in detail, and then strategies. Everything you're going to need, this is for the best setup, subtract things if they're too expensive, is you're going to want a full set of candied bat person, a vampire witch mask, or just a witch mask, candied. You're going to want an echolocator, over a stack and a half of blast lanterns, a ghoul blaster, and a bat pet as high level legendary as you can get, or mythic. Now, you may be wondering why. Bat person is pretty obvious, as it's the quickest way to get candy, gives you the most percent bat chance to get candy. So, that is really good. There's something else. There's a couple other things. So, with Bat Person, you get a lot of candy, and that's very useful for actually getting it. Now, this doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It costs about 2.5 mil, I think, for the entire set candied. I could be wrong. I'm sorry about I'm sorry about that, but that's the armor you're going to want to use. And you're also going to want to use a witch mask, and I'll get into why for that later. You're going to want just a normal sword that deals damage, and your bow, preferably Renon's. This is so you can shoot all the mobs in the crypts the quickest and instantly kill them. So that way you can get the most candy. Another thing that you will want to have is the witch mask, or the vampire witch mask. And this is for killing the spooky mobs. If you don't know what those are, I'll get into that for just a second. In just a second. You're also going to want the echolocator, because throughout the event, megabats will spawn, and you want to go and chase them down, especially if you're running low on candy, as they have 100 hits. Each hit you get gives you a candy, meaning if you are able to solo a megabat, you're able to get 100 extra candies in like a minute or less, which is just really, really insane. So, I highly recommend getting that. In addition to that, you're not necessarily going to need this, but a ghoul blaster is nice, as it deals 2 times the damage, because spooky mobs have like, I think anywhere from like 10 to 17 health, or 15, I could be wrong, and their hit system works like the Grinch's, where you have to hit them 11 different times, and all your weapons only do 1 damage, except for the blast lanterns and the ghoul blaster. Ghoul blaster is 2 damage a hit. These also do 2 damage a hit and an AoE. So you're going to want to get about a stack of these so you can use them on the spooky mobs when you get to them. So you're going to want to use those to get the spooky mobs and try to save them up. You can get these from 2 different ways. You can either craft them by doing, where is it? Pumpkin got around 8 green candy, or you can buy them off AH, or you can get them from killing wither gourds, which are like wither skeletons with pumpkins on their head. So now I'm going to go into the actual strategy of things. When in the daytime, you're going to want to farm crypts or Svens. Both of them give a lot of candy, and they're good. So just take your pick. If there's a lot of people at Wolf, go crypts. A lot of people at crypts, go Wolf, vice versa. So I highly suggest you do that. That's the best thing you want to do during the day. During the night. So at about 8 p.m., that's when spooky mobs start spawning. Wherever you are, unless you have a different warp, you're gonna do /hub, and you're gonna come around to the pumpkin, and you're going to grappling hook over to here, where spooky mobs will spawn. Then you're gonna want to just spam blast lanterns and get them all grouped up and all that stuff. Now, once you're over here, you're going to want to try to kill as much things as possible, preferably ectoplasms, or not ectoplasms, what are they called? Phantom spirits, as they drop ectoplasms, and a bunch of other stuff. Now, this is where the vampire witch mask comes in handy, because to the spooky mobs, you can't do bow damage. If you try, it'll say doesn't work. You can't do magic damage. If you try, it'll say your blah 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 did 0 damage. However, this works. Basically, what this is it's like an automatic spirit mask. When I have this on, there's 2 bats that follow me around my head and will explode at anything they see in the AoE of a spirit scepter. Now, these aren't considered magic damage, so these work against the spooky mobs. Just to test how it is not against spooky mobs, but against normal mobs, if I walk up to this and this mob, it will automatically dive bomb. This is my vampire mask working, or the vampire part of my mask. There should be 2 bats around my head, right there. And then it explodes in an AoE similar to this spirit scepter. So you'd be running around, farming, spamming your blast lantern, spamming your ghoul blaster, all while these bat swarms are flying around, also hitting all of the mobs in a huge AoE without you having to do anything. The reason this is better than the bat person helmet is because the spooky mobs have a 100% chance to drop candy. Every single one of them will drop at least the green candy, sometimes the purple candy. So there's no point in having more % chance to get more candy. If it is, there might be a more % chance, but that's why you put Candied on the vampire mask. And that will get you a lot of candy. So, at about 7:50 a.m., you want to do /hub. You're going to equip your full bat person. You're going to go around to the wilderness. Then as soon as the mobs despawn, so about 6:30 a.m., I think, you're going to want to fast travel to the crypts. If not, just buy a crypt thing. They're not extremely expensive. And you're going to want to do it. The reason why you want Bat Pet is because it increases the chance of candies by 14%, or max 20%, and it increases the wings of steel, meaning every single time you hit, you do 50% more damage. With the Ghoul Blaster, you'll be hitting for 3 damage per. With the Blast Lanterns, you'll be hitting for 3 damage per as well. So this is the guide that I have for you to get it. When you have this, you can easily get over 3,000 candies, which equals a lot of money. And you get all the rewards, which they swap between vampire masks and witch mask every time. But you can get vampirism, which sells for about 400k. Skeleton Horse Pet, which sells for about 500k. Witch mask, 500k. So already we're 1.4 mil. A million coins, so that's 2.4 mil. And then during the event, you can get a lot of stuff. Like I got a Bat Person Talisman. I've got candy corn, rock candy. I got like 20 ectoplasms, 6 pumpkin guts, all that stuff. It is worth a lot of money. So I highly recommend you do this, as it is very, very profitable. If you found this useful in any way, please leave a like down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.